Hello everyone, and welcome to this video on the Virgo Full Moon happening on February 27th at 3:17 a.m. Eastern Time. So today I'm going to share with you everything you need to know to manifest with this energy in the highest expression, which is what I'm all about and interested in, as we tap into this cosmic energy and we work with it in our life to really support us in achieving our goals. So being aware of some of the shadow expressions of this energy, but ultimately harnessing it in the highest expression to move us forward to where we desire to go. So I'm also going to share with you today a little bit of background leading up to this full moon, because this has been a powerful month. Like, there's been a lot that has happened throughout the month of February, and to really work with this full moon energy and the highest potential, it's going to be helpful to understand some of the context leading up to it. So as you join me, say hello. Hello, Cindy and Rita and Lorena and Samantha, Stephanie, Tony. Feel free to share with me as well what you are releasing in this full moon energy. So full moons are always that opportunity to release and let go of what is no longer serving us in our life. We always have that opportunity with a full moon. So for all of you who are new to me, welcome. If you've followed me for a while, I love and appreciate your support so much, and it is so fun to be on this journey with you. So I am a master astrologer. I'm also an Akashic Records practitioner. I love helping spiritual entrepreneurs and light workers get their message into the world, get their healing gifts into the world, and to receive abundantly for it, and to really discover the power of co-creating with cosmic intelligence. And I'm actually going to be doing a free challenge coming up. I'm running a free 5-day challenge on cosmic manifestation. So if you want in on this, send me a message and I can get you the link to sign up for this challenge. It's going to be so powerful, so insightful. You're going to learn more about quantum manifestation, creating quantum leaps in your life, the power of connecting to your higher self, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. So definitely message me if you are interested in that. And I also have one spot open for private mentorship, one space left. So if you want to work together more deeply, send me a message and we can chat about that as well. So I've got my full moon chart pulled up behind me, and we are going to dive right in, connecting to these energies. So leading up to this full moon, we are just coming out of a Mercury retrograde, which, let me know how you experience this. I know from myself and with the conversations I've had, this was a really powerful Mercury retrograde. Like, this one, I know I really felt. So Mercury was retrograding from January 30th through until February 20th, and it goes retrograde a few times a year. So we're just coming out of the first Mercury retrograde, and Mercury governs our thoughts, our belief systems, the way that we communicate. So even looking back over these past few weeks and noticing the patterns that have been surfacing for you. So what has really come up in your life these past few weeks? And what old mindsets may have been at play that you're ready to release and you're ready to let go of. And especially where this Mercury retrograde happened in the sign of Aquarius, you may have seen old patterns and dynamics coming into play in your relationships. And sometimes when this happens, this can really freak us out. And we feel like maybe we're going backwards. We thought we healed this pattern. We thought we resolved it. And here it is showing up again in our life. And we're not going backwards, right? It's like that old analogy that healing is like peeling the layers of the onion. There's always that deeper level of healing to do. And Mercury retrograde can really point out the patterns we are stuck in our life that are not a match to our highest potential and that are not a match to where we really desire to go. So when we take the time to do the reflection and we notice what patterns are emerging without being pulled into old cycles, that's when we really begin to move forward in our life. And again, the relationship theme where it happened in the sign of Aquarius. And also in astrology, so the Aquarian energy, we are in the Aquarian age right now. We are just coming out of Aquarian season. And it really, in the highest expression, it shows us what is possible for our society. It's all about moving forward. It's about ascension. And we're really, in many ways, we are just stepping into this new cycle and we're getting used to it. And we're seeing the changes around us, more spiritual leaders stepping up. We're seeing a change in how we relate to money, how we relate to like our daily working life and what we do to attract and earn money, like big shifts around leadership. These are huge paradigm shifts that are taking place that we are getting used to, that we are really feeling into. And this Mercury retrograde brought up, and let me know if this resonates with you, a lot of karmic patterns, not only in your own life, but for the collective that we are ready to evolve beyond. All right, I'm gonna check in here for a moment and just see what's happening in the chat. Samantha, a lot of mental, emotional tug of war. Yes, I'm gonna speak to that, Samantha, because that's so in alignment with this energy of the full moon, where it's the full moon in Virgo, which is all about the intellect and the analytical mind. And then we're in Pisces season, which is all about emotions. So we definitely feel that tug of war for sure. Jennifer is saying it was intense. It was quite intense, right? Ryan, so good to have you here. If you're just jumping in, feel free to share what you are releasing in this full moon energy. I will hold space for you and I will bring your intentions with me into my full moon ceremony. So definitely feel free to share. So we have that Mercury retrograde that we are just coming out of. So a lot of processing, a lot of releasing old emotional baggage, and a lot of karmic patterns that were at play in the collective energy. So not only in our own life, but the collective, because the Aquarian energy connects us to the collective energy. So now we are in Pisces season. So before we dive into this full moon, all of this is important, right? This all leads up to really being able to understand these full moon energies. So we are in Pisces season right now. And Pisces season can be a beautiful time of manifestation, a time where you experience major quantum expansion, things happening quickly, things coming into play. But the key to manifesting during Pisces season is being in touch with your emotions and following your heart. So if you are a person, and I know like sometimes I fight or struggle with this as well, of this need to be in control. If you need to be in control in your life in order to feel safe, or you're too much in the space of the mind, Pisces season can feel really difficult because it can feel like you're lacking the clarity that you desire. It can feel like you're walking through a fog or a haze and just like things aren't as clear as you would like. But the key to manifesting during Pisces season is following your heart. Having the courage to feel your emotions. Pisces is a water sign. Just think of the ocean, right? It's so vast. And that's what we're feeling into. In the highest expression, it's about creativity. It's about enjoying the beauty of our planet, the beauty of our world, and feeling our emotions, allowing our emotions to flow. So if you're someone, and depending on the energies in your chart, it may be difficult to feel your emotions. You may want to intellectualize your feelings, or you may want to just escape feelings altogether and not even get into that mess. And then Pisces season comes in and it can bring up all these emotions, brings up so many emotions to the surface. And what we are invited to do is learn to be with our emotions without judging them, without needing to fix things or figure it all out. Just be with our emotions and allow them to flow. That really is like the core message for Pisces season, is surrender, go with the flow, and cultivate a deep sense of trust in the universe. And if we can really lean into that during this time, we can experience incredible manifestations. And in the shadow side of this expression, every energy has the highest form, the higher octave, and the lower octave, or the shadow. So in the lower octave, because we have all these energies emerging, we may feel a desire to escape. And escapism can happen, through drugs or alcohol, through just scrolling social media endlessly. We have many options to do that now, getting lost in Netflix. None of these things are bad in and of themselves, but when we use them as a form of escapism, then it becomes very detrimental. When we use certain things in our life as a way to detach from what we are feeling, that's where it becomes unhelpful in our life. So we want to be aware of that during Pisces season. What are we trying to escape from? And instead, how can we lean into just feeling our emotions and allowing them to flow, remembering that emotions come and go and they don't define who you are. Let me know if this is resonating for you. And welcome, Kate. It's so great to have you. And Lizette, hello. And feel free to share this out as well if you think that there's someone in your life who could benefit from this information or who just loves astrology and wants to learn more about this full moon. So that's some of the backdrop leading up to this full moon in Virgo. A reminder that we are in Pisces season right now. Feeling emotion, going with the flow. We are coming out of a Mercury retrograde where we are having a deeper awareness of the belief systems and patterns that are at play in our life. Now, this full moon is happening in the sign of Virgo, which is the opposite sign of Pisces. And that's what makes it a full moon, when the moon and sun are in an opposition. So because the sun is in Pisces right now and we are in Pisces season, the moon at the time of this full moon is in the sign of Virgo. So in these oppositions in astrology, we find a sense of balance. So you hear me talk about Pisces as this very dreamy, mystical energy, and it is. It's all about intuition and emotion. Virgo is the opposite of that. Virgo is about the analytical mind. Virgo is ruled by Mercury. So it is all about communication, the practical, the tangible. So these energies are merging together right now. And at the time of the Virgo full moon, we're really invited to explore more deeply the daily routine in our life. Virgo governs our daily routine, what we're doing on a daily basis. And often when we think about creating change in our life, or maybe you think about the things you desire to manifest right now, and sometimes there's this feeling that it's so far away, or we have so far to go before we get to what we desire. And this energy right now really is about simplicity and healing. And with Virgo, it's realizing that there's so much power in exploring your daily routine. I don't know who said this quote, so if anyone knows, feel free to let me know in the comments, and I'm not even sure I'm quoting it word for word, but basically this idea that the secret to change is found in your daily routine, or the key to change is found in your daily routine. So often we think we have to do this huge thing to get a different result in our life. And this energy is reminding us it can actually be quite simple. It can be the little things you do every day that actually determine how your life goes. And this can be little things, like for me, and this has been coming up a lot with clients lately as well, is this encouragement that before you start your day, take some time in meditation. Before you go on social media, before you look at your emails, take time to go within. Do some journaling, meditate, get clear on what you want to accomplish in the day ahead. Not only what you want to accomplish and maybe check off that to-do list, but also how you want to feel as you move throughout your day. And speaking of Pisces season, right? This is all about feeling. How do you want to feel as you move throughout your day? And being very clear on those intentions before you dive into the world, right? Because as soon as we check our email, we know that's going to be a spiral. And sometimes I'll even say to myself, like, okay, I'm just going to check this message. I'm just going to check this email quickly, this one message, and then it spirals from there, right? It's never just that one message. It's a spiral. So if we don't have our energy in a really good place first, then we're kind of pulled into the demands or the requests of other people, or we're mixing with their energies without first being really stable in who we are and what we desire to accomplish in the day ahead. So even looking at those little changes in your routine that can actually make a big difference. And I can guarantee that you taking the time to journal, meditate, get clear on your intentions before you begin to message other people or get on social media, like that in itself is huge and will have ripple effects in your life for your success, especially tuning in to not only what you desire to accomplish, but how you desire to feel in that process. And that really brings in that divine feminine energy. It's nice to see you too, Amy. Welcome. So good to have you here. And Leanne, good morning. I love it. I always say you're in the future in Australia. I'm so glad you could jump in. Sunday is my birthday. Oh, happy solar return. Early solar return. So looking at this full moon, exploring your daily routine, those small little tweaks or changes you can make that actually can lead to huge success in your life, huge changes in how you show up. Okay, so let me have a look here at what else we are pulling in with this energy, this full moon energy. So I think I titled this video Deep Levels of Healing. So the Virgo Pisces axis in astrology is all about healing. This is all about healing. When we look at the Piscean energy, this is about healing on an emotional level. It's about connecting to who you are on a soul level, who you are beyond this physical body. When we look at Virgo, it grounds it all out. This is about physical healing. So on all levels at this full moon, we really have the opportunity to experience healing. And even though we are at like the beginning of the calendar year, I mean, I guess we're going into March now, which is kind of hard to believe. I feel just like so much has happened in this time frame. But when we look at the astrology behind it, Pisces season is actually the closing of a cycle. So for many of us, we are closing a chapter in our life and we are preparing to enter a new one. When we move into Aries season, that is fresh energy. That is a new beginning. So this full moon really is about healing. It's about simplicity, returning to those simple changes you can make in your daily routine that have a huge impact on you achieving your larger goals and the vision you are working toward. And closing those chapters in your life that you just don't want to bring with you into the future, right? And this can, again, we continue to see themes of relationships, certain relationships that have served their purpose and you're ready to move beyond them. This can simply be old stories you've lugged around, you've carried around about who you are, what you get to achieve, what you get to experience in life, like letting go of those stories that are limiting you in any way, releasing them in this full moon energy so you can truly open up to experiencing all of the beauty and joy and abundance that this universe is always flowing to you. It's about, am I open and receptive to this? And this full moon really is that invitation to release and let go and open up to this new beginning that is coming in for you. Hi, Coley, how are you? Okay, so one of the primary aspects that's at play with this full moon energy is a beautiful trine over to Uranus. And Uranus and Saturn are going to be in an intense square formation throughout much of this year. And this is really about getting comfortable being uncomfortable, getting more comfortable leaning into the fact that life is about constant evolution and growth. And sometimes we feel like, I've done enough growth, I'm done. I don't want to do that anymore. But if we're human and we're still on this planet, there's always going to be a new level. There's always going to be growth. And I love that at the time of this full moon, this is a really positive formation between Uranus, the planet of progression and change and liberation, and the moon. So emotionally at this time, we can be more open to change in our life. We can be more open to evolution, and we can be open to freeing ourselves from any of the ways that we hold ourselves back from having what it is we desire, or in somehow creating this belief that it has to be harder than it is, or that, you know, other people may have successful businesses and lots of money, but not me, or other people may have their soulmate partner, but not me. And you begin to feel that, no, it is possible for me too. Of course I can have it. If these desires are placed in my heart, I can create it in my world. And we really begin to see that the only thing that's standing in our way are these limiting beliefs and stories we've carried around. And this full moon is saying it's time to release it. It's time to let that go so you can move forward. And healing is an ongoing journey, right? As I'm sure everybody here realizes, it's not like, oh, we heal once and now it's done and we're ready. But at the same time, we don't have to be perfect. We don't have to be perfectly healed in order to move forward and experience the things we want in our life. It is an ongoing journey, and that's important to really keep in mind as well. All right, so let me know what's coming up for you around this. Any questions, any comments? Leanna, I'm having a healing this morning. Heal the healer, yes. And if you are a healer and like as many of you are who are drawn to my work, light workers, healers, it's so important that we have someone holding that space for us as we hold that space for other people, that we allow somebody to support us on our journey as well. That is so, so key. All right, so I think we're gonna finish up. We're gonna wrap up. I feel like I shared most of what I want to around this energy. I'm just taking a peek at the chart to see if there's anything else really standing out right now. So overall, again, this is a deep time of healing. Feel your emotions, don't run from them. You are strong, you are powerful. Your emotions come and go. They do not define who you are. It's safe to feel, it's safe to allow your emotions to move through you. And the more that you can surrender and go with the flow right now without needing to figure it all out, the better. The better. So really, there is a lot of healing. There is a lot of simplicity around this full moon that is there for you to grasp onto. Yeah. All right, so also coming up on March 8th, I'm doing a free Cosmic Manifestation Challenge. So if you are interested in joining me, this is gonna be a super fun challenge. You're gonna learn more about creating quantum leaps in your life, more about connecting to your higher self. It'll take your manifesting to a whole new level as you learn the power of co-creation. Often when we talk about manifestation, it's this feeling like we have to do it all on our own, and that can feel really hard. And if we believe we have to do it all on our own, we're always going to be capped in some way. But if we can open up to being supported by the universe, by infinite intelligence, there is so many possibilities that open up for us. So if you want in on that challenge, send me a message. It is free to join. It's going to be 5 days, a combination of trainings, of energy work, of meditations, of worksheets to really help anchor in these lessons. So I'd love to have you join me for that if you are feeling called. Also, one spot left for private mentorship. If you would like to work together one-on-one, reach out and we can chat about that. Otherwise, enjoy these beautiful full moon energies. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you are on the replay, leave your comments as well and share with me what you are releasing and letting go of in this full moon energy. I am sending you all so much love and light, and I will see you very soon. Bye.